Hello. Today we'll be reviewing the three general education patterns at Palomar College. We will talk about the associate degree general education requirement, the California State University general education requirements, and the intersegmental general education transfer curriculum, or what we call IGETC. To find these, you would go to the main page, to the main website, and you can simply just do a search. Most likely you will get the General Education Articulation website, and there you'll see the most up-to-date general education patterns. We're going to start with the associate degree. The associate degree, you have two parts. You have the district requirements and you have the general education requirements. A lot of times there's a lot of overlapping. For instance, if you're looking for your U.S. American History and Institution in California government, these classes here, the American Indian Studies 101, Africana Studies 101, and Chicano Studies 101, not only take care of US 1, but they also take care of US 2. They also take care of ethnic studies. They also take care of Area D, social and behavioral sciences. You may also pick American Indian Studies 102, and Africana Studies 102, and Chicano Studies 102. It's just simpler sometimes doing the 101. And then when it comes to the second class, you will select something else, usually from US 3. When it comes to competence in health and fitness, you'll select health and then one fitness activity course. And that fitness activity course could be the health lab, an online PE class, a lab, going to a gym basically, swimming, tennis, weightlifting, if you're playing any intercollegiate sport, or one of these dance classes, or the fire academy, or the police academy, or if you have 3 units from military service. For the math, you'll need Algebra 2 or higher for completing the competence in math. Otherwise, you'll take a math class here at Palomar. Ethnic studies requirement, we already discussed how the American Indian Studies, Africana Studies, and Chicano Studies will fulfill that. When it comes to general education pattern, you'll complete for A1 English Composition, English 100, or ESL 110. For A2 Communication and Analytical Thinking, you have all these choices, but a lot of times students will fulfill this requirement usually with a math class, because if they're looking to transfer, they will need a transferable math class. If they're just going for the associate degree, they can select a different class to complete their communication and analytical thinking, as long as they completed Algebra 2 or higher in high school. You'll select one science class. It does not need to have a lab. Whenever you see something that's underlined, that means there's a lab attached to it. You do not need a lab for your associate degree. When it comes to humanities, you have many choices. You don't have to take humanities. You have all these choices you can pick from. When it comes to Area D, you're just selecting one class, and as we discussed, you may fulfill that requirement using the class that you use for your ethnic studies. For Area E, lifelong learning and self-development, many of our students who are just going for the associate degree will usually complete it with Health 100. Otherwise, they might do a different class that not only takes care of Area E, but also takes care of for transfer for Area E, and we'll get into that next. So for the California State University General Education pattern, once again, you'll see a lot of the classes that you took for your AA will cross over. For instance, the written communication will cross over. The class you took for ethnic studies will cross over. The class you took for Area E, we talked about Health 100, but other classes as well, will take care of Area E. Under CSU graduation requirements, now remember, these are not required to graduate from Palomar College. They are required to graduate from a California State University. So I made a note here saying that these classes that you select here may be used to complete another GE section. For instance, like back to what I was doing with the AA, we could take that and put that right here. Not only can we put it right there, but we can put it right here. Be careful about picking random classes from Area D. The reason why is a lot of times your major will require certain classes. For instance, if you're a business major, you're most likely going to be required to take Econ 101 and 102. If you're a psych major, you'll be required to take psychology, and so on. So just be careful about just picking random classes. I forgot to mention before, under written communication, a lot of times you may take the English 100 or ESL 110, but you can also take AP classes for that also, the AP English language or the Lit class. That might take care of that requirement. Now, if you did AP English language, that can take care of written communication, and AP Language Lit can take care of this area here, area C2 Humanities. So just be aware of where you can overlap and duplicate. Moving on to the IGETC. Once again, a lot of the classes will cross over. You have once again, your English composition. Notice here under critical thinking, you have less choices to select from. You only have 3 classes here, whereas with the California State University, you had more choices. So be careful. If you're not sure which school you're transferring to, I would recommend following the IGETC. The Speech 100 class, it's only required for CSU. It's not required at this time for the IGETC. Math, once again, you have at least one transferable math class. It could be AP Calc, it could be AP Statistics. For the Arts and Humanities, they're looking for 3 classes, one from the Arts, one from Humanities, one from either one. Social Sciences, they're looking for 2 classes. Like I said before, you may double dip. You may decide to take something from American Indian Studies or Africana Studies or Chicano Studies and use that also here under Area 4 for Social and Behavioral Sciences. Once again, we also have Area 7, Ethnic Studies. Now, you may also use something from U.S. history to fulfill this requirement. Just want to make sure that you can do it for double dip for U.S. history, but you can't take a class that fulfills ethnic studies and your social behavioral sciences. They will not allow you to do that. All right, that's it for now. If you have any other questions, you can contact the Palomar College Counseling Department to make an appointment. You may find the counseling page just by going to Student Support, Counseling Services, and make an appointment. There you go.